Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Alex and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a super long time since I uploaded a Minecraft video or any video for that matter. I'm going to talk about what's going on. And I seem to do this a lot where I go on hiatus and then I come back and explain why I was on hiatus rather than just saying, hey, I'm going on hiatus. But before I want to get into that, I know I look a little odd. I was working out this morning, so that's why. Also, the t-shirt that I am wearing, the Defiant Hope Love 146 t-shirt, this is not a paid promotion or anything like that. I just happen to be wearing this t-shirt. And if you want to go support them, go right ahead. In any case, so we have a lot to talk about. I've been through a lot this year in a lot of ways, and um a lot's going on in good ways and in bad ways. It's kind of like the year's been just like this for me, which that's life. But in any case, let's start at the beginning and work ourselves up to where we are today. So here's the thing. Last year, as you guys probably are aware if you've ever kept up with any of my updates about my work situation, last year in October there was an incident in the classroom that I was working in. I had to do what I, as a mandated reporter, are required to do by law, which I'm not going to pretend like I liked doing that because I didn't, but it had to be done. The law says I have to, and that's that. And do I regret it? No, absolutely not. So that put me in a situation where I lost my job. That's called retaliation, and I did what I needed to do to amend what was done to me, and that was resolved yesterday, and that is all that I can say about that because I am legally required to also uphold a confidentiality agreement. I can't say anything else about it or about how it was resolved, but I got what I wanted, and that's what's important. So, yay me, and that's good. Um, but you should know, uh, July 18th of this year started the spring semester while also starting a new job at the same time. Um, that was a lot to do at once, and it's fine, but working full time, going to school full time, don't have time to make videos. And I was not particularly thrilled about that, but if I have a choice between my education or YouTube, I think we know which one I'm going to pick. So I obviously picked my education, and I didn't really say anything about it. I mean, I didn't really have time to make a video explaining why I couldn't make videos, but my channel's not popular necessarily. I don't have a huge consistent following, so I felt like at the same time, what was really the point in making a video? Because if I'm leaving, how many people are really going to be upset about my departure? So there was also that, and I that sounds really mean, but I mean that's the reality of the situation. Like I'm not somebody who has hundreds of thousands of subs. I have under 1,000. I'm not popular. That's just the way it is. So in any case, that's generally what's been going on, but also where I was working, that, the job that I started in January, it started off good, but it was temporary, and then it moved into a permanent position, and then it became temporary again. And the reason it became temporary again is because the director is just all over the place and can't really get it together. I think this is someone who takes on too much and doesn't have the sense to ask other people to help, and also may not really be suited for director work. I mean, it's a little concerning when somebody writes something down and still has to be reminded to do it multiple times. Even when you put things in writing, this director does not um respect what is in writing and does not keep with agreements. There were multiple times in staff meetings, just as an example, when we would be expecting, something to be done as ABC, and we come to the staff meeting and find out that that thing, instead of being done as ABC, will now be done as XYZ. And it was exhausting because then we'd have to go through confirmations and make sure that things were decided on. And then we would be up in the air because now we had to make a whole new decision because the director couldn't do it. That is not an appropriate workplace at all. And I got sick of it. On top of that, all of a sudden I become temporary again, which is just like the weirdest thing. I mean, that's somebody who really is sneaky, in my opinion, and thinks that I'm Boo Boo the Fool and that I'm not going to see what's really going on. It's like for months she had been asking me if like when I was getting my degree, which I'm getting my degree in December. We'll get to that soon. But asking me that for a reason because there was this open position. And, hires somebody else, which I mean, you want to hire somebody else, that's fine. I mean, I'm not thrilled about it. I would like to be in that position, but you as a director are allowed to do what you're allowed to do. You get to hire who you get to hire. I mean, that's just that. This is not the first time that somebody else has been chosen instead of me in my life. I've been through it a few times. So, what ends up happening is, you know, she realizes very late in the game, oh crap, I don't have an open position for Alex in the fall. I should probably tell her that. Yeah, thanks for telling me that in late June when my position ends August 5th. Good job, director. That's great. You have no idea how angry I am about that. So that puts me in a position where now I got to scramble to find a job. So I'm taking like every working interview that I can get. Like, you got crumbs? Okay, I'm going to eat them. Because it's like, this is, no, which means I can't go to work and get paid because I'm part time, which just drives me crazy because it's like, ugh, I don't like to work part time. I mean, some people like to work part time. I'm not one of them people. I'm a full time worker. I like to work long days. That's me in a nutshell. And it was so irritating because it's like I'm part time, so I have to take time off of work to go to these working interviews because you don't do a working interview at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They want you to come in early in the day when most of the children are there. I mean, that just makes sense. So it was just there was no point in me staying there. So I left because I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done with this. Not to mention too that this director also made a very big mistake on the OEC registry and put me in as an administrative assistant instead of assistant teacher like she was supposed to, which made it so that I almost couldn't get the OEC scholarship to pay for my fall classes. Thankfully, I got that scholarship, but in the meantime, I also had to pay for those classes to secure them, which borderline emptied my bank account, which I am not happy about. I will get that money reimbursed, but it's going to take a little while. And it's like, really? Is this really what we're going to do? So that's been the last several months for me. And there were other things that I went through earlier this year, also in January, which I'm not going to talk about because that will um put me in jeopardy. Um like it I don't really want to say it. That's why I'm pausing, but it's like it would put me in danger because there was a person who was doing some things online to me that were really concerning, and I was able to identify who that is and identify that person and send them a warning, cut it out, or there's going to be legal repercussions, and you really don't want to go down that road. And they stopped, but that was happening in January, and that person, surprisingly, as far as I know, doesn't actually know who I am or where I'm located, but like, still don't cyber stalk me. That's just, don't do that. That just, and why? Why be like that? So that's also what I was going through. So I had a lot going on, and it's taken me quite a few months to move on from that and feel comfortable again and feel like I'm not being constantly watched. So there's that nonsense, and I'm glad it's over. It's much more it's easier for me to talk about it now because this happened in January. It's been several months. If I had talked about it in January, I would sound like a very different person. I would not sound as energetic as I am right now because I've had several months to process this. At the time, I was like over the whole thing because it was very upsetting. It was like, leave me alone. And on top of that, too, this individual was also trying to convince people that I was stalking them to hide that they were stalking me, which is like, that's just to give you an idea of the level of craziness that this individual is. So it's like, I'm glad it's over, but it's like I've been through a lot and I had all that to concentrate on. So YouTube just sort of, went down the toilet briefly, and I was able to plunge it back up or something, I guess. I don't know. But basically, I'm back. So here's the game plan. I am in the middle of writing a 35 to 50 page research paper about how poverty affects children. And I am very comfortable with writing that amount. I talk about it all the time that I'm a writer. I've written longer stories than that. So this is like nothing for me. Like, it's something, but it's also like not that big of a deal. Like, when I say nothing, it's not nothing. It's a lot of writing and it's important because this is a topic that people don't care about as much as they should. And it's something that I'm very passionate about. At the same time, it's not that hard for me to write this. So when I say nothing, I mean it's not difficult for me. So that's what I'm working on right now, and that's where my time is going. I don't have time to make videos still because I'm working on that. I'll probably get it done this weekend, but still, that's a lot of writing. On top of that, in the fall, I have my practicum course, which is they don't refer to it as student teaching, but that's basically what it is. Um, so I'll be doing that, which is kind of funny because it's like I've worked in this field for 16 years and I still have to do student teaching, which is just very amusing to me. But anyway, I mean, I get it, but you know, whatever. It's their process, and I'm gonna do the process because it's gonna get me the degree. And then I have like a psychology course and then a U.S. history course, and then I'm done. And I take accelerated courses, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that. The reason I do that is because it's just much faster for me and more comfortable for me to learn at my pace rather than the instructor's pace. Because taking a class for an entire semester and slowly going through everything, it's much harder for me to study that way. I don't like it at all. I like to just be like, move on, please. I understand. Yes, let's go. That's just the way my brain works. It's if you have a high IQ like I do, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. So that's that. And that's basically where we're at. And once I have my degree, I will have a buttload of free time on my hands to make as many YouTube videos as I want. And it's killing me because I really, really, really want to produce content. I can't. Like, I just don't have the time. I haven't played Minecraft much over the past few months because, my education. So, yeah, it's annoying. I don't like having to put YouTube on the back burner in general. However, I have a good reason. And my education is always going to be more valuable. My education, once I get my degree, it's always going to be there. That will follow me for the rest of my life. YouTube could go to hell tomorrow. YouTube could just completely collapse for all we know. So that's why I'm not putting my faith in YouTube. Maybe if I was like a teenager, I'd be okay with that because, I would be a teenager. But at my age, I can't do that. Some people can do that, but not me. If I had a stronger following or had secured a stronger following early on, maybe I'd be okay with putting more time into YouTube, but not until I have my degree and I'm just working full time and not really doing anything else. So, that is generally where we are at. And so that brings us to today, which is basically present day. And here we are. So there's not really much else going on. I have another working interview next week and another one as well. So, that's basically all I have to leave you with. So expect content next year. Or maybe like it probably at the end of December. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a Christmas special or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm atheist, so I don't really I do celebrate Christmas, but not necessarily in a religious way. So I don't know. I might do something, I might not or it might just be we'll get started back up next year. And it's probably not the news that you guys want for those of you who watch my videos consistently, but it is what it is. And maybe during the fall, if I think I have the time, I will produce like mod review content, just mod reviews, not a let's play because that's a bit more involved and certainly not multiplayer content, but mod reviews. Maybe I will do that, but we will see. Don't don't like get your heart set out for it because it might not happen. But that's basically all there is to say about that. So in any case, I want to thank all of you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's definitely one of my more interesting vlogs. And yeah, that's basically that. So again, thank you guys very much. Thank you for being supportive, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again when I'm back to making content on a regular basis. So again, thank you very much, and as always, I will see you guys next time.